Greetings, this is Jed Shlackman. I work as a holistic counselor, a hypnotherapist, and energy healer. I'm also an author, and for this video I'll be reading a selection from my book, Past Lives, Spiritual Regression, Limitless Consciousness, and Self-Integration. You can find the book on Amazon. In the current video, I'll be reading part of section 4 of the book. So picking up where I left off with these messages from our soul to guide us in our life, we're up to number 9. Number 9, let go of your fears so you can live more freely and enjoy life more fully. Fear is an inevitable part of the experience of physical reality. It is connected with the drive for survival and the need for comfort and stability. When we identify more with our spiritual essence, we have an opportunity to place our fears in context. As we do this, many fears are inclined to diminish. Acting based upon fears tends to restrict our lives, and the varieties of fears that people maintain are limitless. Some of our fears are physically focused, while others are more socially and psychologically focused. A person may fear fire, heights, snakes, or germs due to the mental association of physical harm connected to those stimuli. A person may fear public speaking, large crowds, looking someone in the eyes, or answering their phone, due to how those stimuli relate to their self-confidence and self-esteem. Fears are often carried subconsciously as a protection mechanism triggered by past experiences. We can access that part of the mind and help it recognize that the past hazard does not apply to our present circumstances. We can also become so motivated to expand our range of experiences that those desires override any fears that may have previously held us back from doing things. There are a variety of effective approaches to help you release fears. Ask your soul to bring you energy and confidence, inner peace, and harmony to help you move through any fears you may be challenged by. Number 10, you are an eternal being. Death is an illusion or transformation, not an end. This is an awareness that comes naturally for many people who have experienced their consciousness detached from their physical body, such as in near-death and out-of-body experiences. This awareness in itself helps people release fears. In recent years, some medical researchers have used psychedelic drugs that induce expanded states of consciousness to help terminally ill patients release their fears about death. Your field of consciousness existed before it attached itself to your current body, and it will continue to exist once it detaches from the current body. Death is merely the end of the portion of your experience associated with that body. With your spiritual life force no longer animating the body, entropy takes hold and the body breaks down. Nothing in the physical plane could hold onto its form without a spiritual energy source being infused into it. Matter is always temporary, while spirit is eternal. The spirit is now free to pursue new experiences, building upon the wisdom it has gained from the experiences with that body and with all the soul's other incarnations. Number 11. Oneness and dynamic balancing of polarities coexist. The recognition that all of creation is an expression of one creative source consciousness does not negate the reality of the realm of duality. The realm of duality allows for the exploration of polarities. We learn about mastering and integrating those polarities as we go through life. All of this is occurring within a limitless field of consciousness, so our seemingly separate selves are never actually separate from the spiritual source, and thus never truly separate from one another. This law of one has been spoken of in many different spiritual teachings. There is sometimes a temptation to try to bypass the challenges of duality by telling ourselves that all is one, or spending much of our time seeking to detach from the physical plane via meditation or spiritual study. However, spiritual mastery involves the integration of the dual and non-dual. We can bring the awareness of our spiritual essence and interconnectedness into our everyday lives so that we may handle challenges in more conscious and constructive ways. Number 12. Embrace change, for all manifest realities are impermanent. Change is inevitable as creation is movement. Everything is flowing and vibrating, and life is filled with rhythms and cycles. While our biological and social selves may seek stability and security, our souls have sought novelty and challenge. No matter how unpleasant circumstances in your life are, they will change. No matter how joyous the circumstances in your life are, they will change also. That process of change pushes us to grow and evolve. Eventually, you will change form and identity and let go of your human persona. Trust the wisdom of life itself as it carries you along upon its current. Number 13. Your loved ones are always connected to you, even though you may be physically separated. Our souls will always carry the memory of their adventures and connections upon the physical plane. Souls collaborate with one another to play out earthly experiences. Since our spirits are eternal, we carry these connections beyond the physical realm. In the spiritual realm, we are connected by energy and consciousness. Bringing someone into your consciousness automatically connects you with them. You can meditate and focus your consciousness on beings who are not physically with you. They may be somewhere else on earth, or they may be those who have returned to the spiritual realm. Sometimes they are focused upon you and sending you energy or inspiration. Be open to your intuition and your inner senses, and you may feel or perceive their presence. Number 14. The past does not define us. It is merely a reference point to educate and inform us as we choose who we desire to be in the present. Often we are judging and limiting ourselves based upon who we were or what we experienced in the past. We identify with that story or character rather than with our essential self and our capacity to recreate our identity in each moment. We are always in a process of becoming. We are not who we were a day, a year, or a decade ago. We are not who we may become a day, a year, or a decade from now. It is fine to remember the past and appreciate our journey and what we have learned from the experiences of our past selves. However, if we carry guilt, shame, regret, resentment, grief, fear, or other emotional burdens from those memories, then we are burdening ourselves and limiting our capacity to evolve towards something more desirable. Give yourself the freedom to develop a new self-concept in the present, even if other people are still judging you based upon your past selves. You can't control what others may think of you, but you can transform what you think of yourself. Number 15. Everyone has limitations and imbalances. No person has mastered everything that there is to learn and master. Since we are all in a process of evolving and becoming, everyone is a work in progress. Even the most impressive, venerable person has challenges and imbalances to address. Even the most dysfunctional, disturbed, or depraved person has the potential to evolve into an enlightened being. With this awareness, we can release our compulsion to compare ourselves with others. There is no need to feel less than someone that we have looked toward as a role model. There is no need to demean or condemn those who appear less mature or less conscious. Everyone is at a unique place in their journey, and every journey ultimately goes to and from the same spiritual source. Let this understanding bring you peace and greater acceptance of all beings. Number 16. We are all students and teachers and can play either role in any moment. We are all contributing to the play of life, and there are things we may learn from our interactions with one another. Sometimes the role of teacher or student is played consciously, while other times it may be unfolding unconsciously or unintentionally. It is valuable to be more conscious of how we can learn from one another. There will be things that other people learn via their interactions with you, as well as things that you learn via your interactions with others. As we open and expand our spiritual awareness, we can become more receptive to reflecting upon our interactions in a way that fosters learning and personal development. Everyone in your life, from a child, baby, or pet, to a homeless person on the street, to the politician or entertainer on television, may be a catalyst in your process of growth. Likewise, you never know when something that you do or express will be a catalyst for another person. Appreciate the interconnectedness and synchronicity of life. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear, and when the teacher is ready, the student will appear. I'm pausing the reading of this section here for this video. You can follow up to the next video to listen to the remaining part of this section of the book. Again, the book is called Past Lives, Spiritual Regression, Limitless Consciousness, and Self-Integration. For those that are interested in holistic health, spirituality, and personal growth, I invite you to visit my website for more resources. It's phinsights.com, phinsights.com. And for now, I wish each of you a wonderful day. Namaste.